Danario Alexander. For me to come back to Marlin and give back and have my camp, every year, this is my third year doing my camp, it means the world to me. There's a lot of people here that had a hand in helping me, get to where I am today, and I feel like it's only necessary for me to come back and put on this event to give the kids something to look forward to every year, and also bringing other guys who are successful in what they do and show that it is possible to come out of Marlin and be successful. Yes, well, over the past few years, I've had three of my closest friends to come to the camp. I had Sharon Spoon, Jeremy Mack, and Kevin Rutland. Kevin Rutland showed up this year. He's always been there to try to help. I also had a few of my former college teammates at University of Missouri, Damian Washington, who's with the Dallas Cowboys right now, Kendall Lawrence. The list just goes on and on. Guys are always willing to come and help and self-support at my camp, and I appreciate them for everything that they do. I grew up in Marlin. I've never had anything like this to look forward to in the summer. In the summertime, we was all running around trying to figure out something to do. So, for me to come out here to put the camp on and give them something to look forward to, man, that means the world. It means the world. Kids, they can easily get caught up in bad situations. There's not a lot to do. Once you're bored, boredom brings on, trouble. So I just want to give them something to do, man. I want to get them outside. It's a new era with kids today. Sitting at home on laptops, video games, iPads, everything. It's so much stuff to distract them, to keep them from being active. And that's what that's my camp to come in and promote. Just getting outside and being active. Growing up, man, I've always went to Marlin Bulldogs games. That was the biggest thing in town. Every Friday, I felt like everybody was at the game. I always wanted to be on the field. And I started playing at 9 years old with the Warriors, and I loved it from the first day I put the pads on. In my family, I have three brothers in my family. And that's all we did. We played sports all the time. I was always outside. My older brother Desmond Woodson, Desmond and Danny, they always motivated me, trying to teach me different techniques and, how to go out there and excel, man. So, I feel like football is in my heart. I've always wanted to do it. I'm very fortunate to be able to play at the highest level. There's no other level that I can reach in playing football. So, I'm very blessed, I thank God every day for the opportunities that I get. And, I just look forward to keep pushing forward. My football career started out pretty slow in high school. I was, one of the smallest kids in my class. I think I was about 5'3" as a freshman in high school, and I grew to about 6'3". I went from 5'10" to 6'3" over one summer. So everything kind of lined up for me to be able to play at the next level. It was always a dream. I always wanted to play at the next level, which is college football. The University of Texas is my favorite school. But, throughout my senior season, I didn't really get any looks until after, with Jeremy Sanders being my quarterback, bringing all the college scouts down. And, University of Missouri saw me on film, and, they decided to offer me a scholarship. That was a dream come true because it came out of nowhere. I felt like, my chances weren't that good, but, when it came, I took advantage of the opportunity. The crazy thing, the first day that I stepped on campus, I've been around my new teammates, and I'm seeing guys. I'm 17 years old from Marlin, Texas. I'm seeing these guys with beards. Guys are 22 years old. I'm like, man, it's very intimidating for me. I kind of question my abilities, whether I can make it to even be successful, even be a starter in college football. But, the day that the pads went on, the day that we lined up, everybody's human. I realized, I can do this, and, I kept that in the back of my head, I can do this. I had, a little paper on my dorm locker said, go get it. Because every day I woke up knowing that I had to go out there and strive even more to go get my goal. So, for my career at University of Missouri, I've dealt with injuries and, up to my senior season, and I had a breakout year. I broke the school records for receiving yards, touchdowns, and catches. So every single season Mizzou record for a wide receiver I broke. And And that was truly a blessing. You know, that was a season, like a dream come true. Because I feel like every night, you know, I dreamt that. You know, I always wanted to be an All-American. I always wanted to be, you know, all Big 12, you know, one of the best receivers in the nation. And for me, that year also led the university, I led the nation in receiving yards with 1,700 receiving yards, man. That's something that, you know, I never thought in any day that, you know, that was possible. So, you know, I feel like that was all of, you know, God's blessing. I've been through a lot, you know, through my career, and for me to come out of there and have a year like that, you know, that's all the man upstairs for sure. Well, I wasn't actually drafted. I was picked up by a free agent with free agency. You know, I went to the Senior Bowl All-Star game, actually injured myself and kind of hurt my chances of being drafted. But you know, after the draft, I got phone calls from certain teams that wanted to sign me. And you know, that was kind of a surreal moment also, man, because my dream is actually, you know, it's coming to fruition. Like, it's coming true now. You know, I'm able to sign with an NFL team. You know, the St. Louis Rams, you know, decided to take a chance on me, and you know, that was big. You know, because I went from the University of Missouri to St. Louis, and my fan base was all there, so I got a lot of support from the fans, and you know, even it was huge. Even my fans back at home, you know, they always stayed on my side, you know, from University of Missouri to St. Louis. So, you know, that was big, man. I appreciate every moment. You know, I love, you know, living that dream. You know, so the NFL, like you said, it's a big accomplishment, and I'm so fortunate to be able to reach that. Man, I can't, man. You know, I remember the play. Coach, we actually put the play in throughout the week, and you know, my coach told me that this is the play that you're going to score on, and I'm like, you know, I'm laughing, and I'm thinking about it though, and I'm thinking about it, looking forward to it. They called me in, and I said, it's the play. You know, he called the play in the huddle, and the guy played it. He played the play perfectly. You know, it went exactly how it's supposed to go, and I actually caught a diving touchdown catch, man. And I just got up. I spread my arms out and I screamed, man, because I felt like it was just a lot of weight off of my chest. From coming off an injury, to people saying that I wouldn't be able to make it to the NFL, that, you know, that I was done. And, you know, at that moment, man, I felt like it was just me and nobody else around, man. So I just let it out. I screamed for joy, and, you know, it was one of the best moments of my life. It's very frustrating because, you know, I believe in my abilities. I believe in my talent. You know, I play with the best of them. I beat the best of them. So for me to not be able to show that talent and be able to just, you know, be out there every day competing, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. But, you know, the only way that I can, you know, push forward with that is, you know, through my faith in God. I know everything's going to come out and work the way it's supposed to work at the right time. I can't rush God's plan, and you know, I try to keep that in the back of my mind. But you know, it's pretty frustrating because I feel like every time I get out there, you know, I start getting my feet wet. I'm going, you know, the season's going great, and you know, something else happens. But you know, I know eventually, you know, things are going to work out the way they're supposed to work, and you know, I look forward to it. Well, 2012 was, you know, a great year for me. You know, I had, you know, the best season in my NFL career. You know, I only played 9 games with the Chargers, but you know, throughout those 9 games, I showed that I can compete at this level and, you know, be one of the best in the league. So, and you know, after that season, I felt like I was on the high. You know, I went from, you know, I had a great offseason, had a great training camp up to the point to where I tore my ACL. And you know, I was pretty down, you know, for, you know, 2 days. I think it took me 2 days. I talked to my people back at home. You know, told me to keep faith in God. You know, God's plan is going to pay out. You know, you just got to be patient. You just got to wait till the right time. So, you know, that's what I'm dealing with right now. I look forward to getting back on the field. I know that I will be back on the field to be able to compete, and you know, nothing's going to stop me. I grew up in the church, and I was always taught, man, to keep faith in God, and anything is possible. And you know, with that, you know, that backing, man, it's taken me a long way. You know, even back in my college career, man, my college days, you know, I wasn't supposed to make it out. I wasn't supposed to, you know, go out there and, you know, and lead the nation in receiving yards, or even I wasn't even supposed to make it to college and play football because I didn't start to my senior season. I feel like all those things kind of just lined up. You know, this is what's supposed to happen. This is God's plan. So I just keep that in the back of my mind, man. I know everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. I'm not trying to force anything. That, you know, things just, you know, work out the way it's supposed to work out. Just got to keep going. Bumpy roads, you know, rough patches. You know, anything that comes up, you know, you just gotta keep going, keep rolling. Nothing can stop you. Nothing's gonna stop you. And you know, with that in your head, man, anything is possible. Not only football, you know, not only, you know, just, you know, getting an education, graduating college when you have so much stacked against you. You keep going, you keep the wheels going, man, you're gonna get to your goal. It's so, some have it harder than others, but you know, that's the way life goes. The people who quit never reach their goal. You can never reach your goal if you quit. So, you know, I feel like with anybody who's going through anything in life, you know, something gets tough, you know, nothing's going to go your way. You know, it's the bills, everything pile up. There's always a way out of it. You just got to keep going. You got to keep how you use your mind, man, and just stay headstrong. I feel like adversity makes a person. It can make or break you. You know, with adversity, man, the only thing you can do with adversity, you learn from it. It makes you a stronger person. I feel like for me, I've realized that I'm capable of doing a lot of things. I talk to people all the time and say, man, how do you go through it? How do you keep coming back? You know, what motivates you? I'm like, man, it's just me. It's instilled in me. You know, adversity is making me a strong individual, man. I'm happy that I've taken the route that I've taken, because I wouldn't be the person that I am today. God is everything. That's it. He's everything. Faith, family, and everything else after that. You know, that's a big part of me, because your family they mean the world to you. They love you more than anybody can ever love you. So, you know, as long as you keep a close family, man, you keep everybody together, I feel like anything's possible. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. In order to chase your dream, don't just dream. You need to act on your dream. You know, you dream it, you believe it, you know, you make a plan, and then you make it happen. You know, that's the only way things work. You can't just dream and not act on it. So you go chase your dreams, man. I guarantee you will be a happy person at the end.